Hi everyone. So today's our RAYOS 125 topic is beam restricting devices. The device which is used to control the amount of scatter radiation by regulating the shape and size of X-ray beam is called basically beam restricting devices. Beam limiting devices or beam restricting devices is directly attached to the X-ray tube and it's confined the useful beam before it enters the human body, which in turn limit the area of irradiated to only the necessary area of interest. Limiting such beam to focus on the correct anatomy reduces scatter radiation and it will reduce the patient dose. The X-ray beam emerging from the X-ray tube head is composed of larger amount of photons, which may contain high energy beam as well as low energy beam. They travel in a straight line in all directions unless controlled in some manner. That's the reason we use beam restricting devices. And in this topic, in this uh, session, we are going to discuss about few beam restricting devices. One is aperture diaphragm, other one is cones and collimators, third one is variable aperture collimators. This picture is familiar to all of us. It's a X-ray tube, and in this picture you can see diaphragm. In this diagram you can see this diaphragm. Uh, is a primary beam restricting devices. It is directly attached to the X-ray beam. The main reason is to reduce the off-focus X-rays. So first we will move to the cones. Aperture diaphragm. First we will move to the aperture diaphragm. In the aperture diaphragm, basically, it is aperture diaphragm is the simplest form of collimation and which is easy to use. See, basically, in aperture diaphragm is basically made up of a lead-lined metal with a hole at the center, and it is just it can directly attach to the X-ray tube. The basic use is to shape and limit the size of X-ray beam emitted from the X-ray tube. That's the basic principle of keeping this aperture diaphragm. And you can see a hole which is placed at the center of the center part of this this diaphragm. And this is the diagram of aperture diaphragm. This is the aperture diaphragm. You can see that the X-ray beams emerging from the X-ray tube uh, through the by keeping this aperture diaphragm, it allows only the primary beams to reach the image receptor. Rest of the beam, rest of the X-rays are stopped by this aperture diaphragm. And it's another form of aperture diaphragm. Basically, it's made by lead shields, and it's like it's a custom-made form of aperture diaphragm and designed to use fixed applications with a fixed image receptor and fixed film focus distance. Basically, it's used in chest radiography, head and trauma radiography units, or in some dental units also. This aperture diaphragm can made by cutting rubberized lead to whichever size we need as per our requirement. We can create this. And advantage of using this kind of aperture diaphragm. Basically, it's very simple, and it's made up of since it's made up of soft lead, so that the aperture can easily the diaphragm can easily alter the size and the shape, etc. And the disadvantage is basically this is we are keeping is away from the what do you call the film, because so that it may produce a larger penumbra, and which may reduce the resolution of and clarity of images. That's one of the disadvantage of this kind of aperture diaphragm. And what is penumbra? Penumbra means it's nothing but basically a partial shadow of peripheral areas of the anatomical structure of the images. Next is cones. And cones, uh, basically cones are it's a made modified form of cylinder. What do you call, cones and cylinders are more modification of aperture diaphragm. It's a modified form of aperture diaphragm, and the base of the cone and or the cylinders are made by heavy metal like lead or absorb to absorb the primary beam. Here you can see this is the base part, and it's made by what you call thick metal or heavy metal like lead. And the barrel, this is the barrel. The barrel portion, that is it's lined by copper or thin aluminum, which assists to absorb the peripheral beam. And what is the advantage of using this cones and diaphragm? Basically, cones and diaphragm are useful for radiography of small parts like what do you call pituitary, passed out air cells, what do you call, or the TM joint. In this, or when we move to the other areas like spine and all, we can focus the L4 specified areas like L5 or L4, L5S1. That kind of area we can focus with the cones and diaphragm, carpal bones, or all those small areas. That's the advantage. The beam restriction with the cylinder takes place at the far end of the barrel. Throughout the beam, we are what do you call it? We can throughout the beam we can restrict, so that there will be a less penumbra when we use the what do you call cylinders apart from the diaphragm. The disadvantage actually what do you call cones and cylinders have limitations in their size and feel. That's one of the disadvantage of using of cones and cylinders. Next is collimator. Collimator is basically it's directly attached to the X-ray tube. It's a metallic barrier with an aperture in the middle, used in the middle of the X-ray tube. It's an aperture in the middle used to reduce the size and shape of the X-ray beam, thereby also reducing the volume of irradiated tissue in the of the patient. Filtration and collimation of X-ray beam are important in the safety measures. So basically, collimators have what you call collimators are most effective beam restricted device. It is composed of two sheets of shutters to control the beam dimensions. We are familiar with this technique actually. The shutters are made up of lead. The first set stage entrance shutters and two independently acting adjustable shutters permits an infinite variety of squares or rectangular fields. First stage shutters produce what do you call into the tube house to control the cutoff of focusing radiation. See, basically, collimators, actually, you can see in this diagram, I mean, the adjustable shutters. These are the adjustable, what do you call, shutters. And this is the first entrance shutter, and this is the adjustable shutters. And the X-ray beam, the X-ray tube is illuminated by a light beam from the adjacent bulb in the collimator. This is the collimator bulb. You can see the collimator bulb, and there will be the light beam is deflected by a mirror on path of the X-ray beam at an angle of 45 degree. Here you can see the mirror is kept in 45 degree along the path of the X-ray beam. The X-ray target and the light bulb are exactly at the same distance from the center of the mirror. So if the collimator bulb is mounted too far from the X-ray tube target, X-ray beam will be smaller than the light beam. So it's close to the. That's why the reason the bulb is kept close to the X-ray tube. And advantages. What are the advantages of this using these collimators? Basically, the light beam shows the center and exact configuration of X-ray field. That's why it's showing the exact center of the X-ray field, and it's definitely it helps to reduce the penumbra, and which provides compared with the other what you call the two beam resisting devices that we discussed. Compared with that, it provides adjustable fields, rectangular or square, whatever field we need, that provides by the collimator, and reduce scatter radiation and improve the image contrast. And definitely it will reduce the patient dose also. And like the previous two, we this also having some kind of what you call disadvantages. Definitely it will reduce. Definitely it's reducing the what you call film density. Exposure parameters have to be increased, and greater tube loading required. But this and all just points. I mean, discuss about the disadvantage. I don't think that it's a major disadvantage of collimator. And the next point is actually beam alignment needs regular checking. That's disadvantage. Basically, we need to check the beam alignment regularly. Otherwise, it may off center the region of interest. And my conclusion is actually beam resisting devices are useful to regulate the size and shape of the X-ray beam, which definitely minimize the scatter radiation, and it will increase the or improve the image quality of radiograph, and definitely it will reduce the radiation hazards to the patient as well as the operator. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you very much.